Yo, hey everybody, it's Drewberry and I'm back with another card ratings video. And today we're tackling the 4-drops. Possibly the strongest cost in the game? We're gonna find out. So if you're new to the series, just so you know how I came up with these card ratings, there's two factors, okay? So there's my own personal experiences, but don't consider that too much in these ratings, okay? Not a big deal. But then also snapfan.com. I'm not sponsored by them, but I can't shout them out enough because I love stats. I'm a sucker for stats in any kind of card game or any game I play, really. So when you go over to SnapFan, what you can do is you can upload your profile and it'll include all of your win rates and your history log of all your games. And then it's going to add that all together for global win rates on these cards. So we can kind of know how strong they are, if they're outperforming, underperforming, that sort of thing. So I encourage you to go over there and upload your profile if you can. It's Android only. Anyways, that's how I came to these ratings. I basically took like a 50% win rate would be 3 stars. And then if I thought maybe they deserve more, I'll bump them up a star. But maybe if they're a little bit worse than the win rate seems, I'll put them down a star, okay? So let's get into it. First one, The Thing. He gets 2 stars. Now you're probably thinking, why? He's vanilla. He should only get 1 star. Well, with Patriot in the game, that deck is so good that I have to give all these vanilla cards 2 stars. I can't give them 1 star. That deck is just too good, okay? So all the no effect cards are getting 2 stars by default. Then there's Namor. Namor gets 1 star. How bad is Namor? Like, I wish he could be better, but he is just trash, okay? He's only at best 10 power for 4. And you might be thinking that's pretty good, but it's so conditional because it's really easy for your opponent to just play 2 cards and get past 10 power at a location. And they have a failsafe of adding more cards if you somehow buff it with like Claw or Blue Marvel or just any other method of buffing Namor. And it feels bad if you play another card there because you're going to lose 5 power. So if I play like another 3 power card there because I want to give Namor some support, he's like, no, I don't want your support. Actually, we're going to go down power because you're too weak to hang out with me. So I think Namor's just absolutely trash. I would love to see him buff, though. Conceptually, he's an awesome card. Like, if you only have 1 card at a location, you get a certain benefit. That's a great idea. It just needs to be stronger because that's a huge detriment to your game. And then we got Kazar. He's probably one of the best 4-drops out there. He just completely makes one-drop decks viable. Great early on. If you're just starting the game, he's a fantastic card to put in and mix into a deck. But even later, as you get more 1-drops in Pool 3, he's still a great card. And then Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl. So these cards, I mean, they recently got nerfed. I would say Moon Girl got hurt more, so I put her at 3. Whereas Devil Dinosaur, I think he's still great. He still gets to like 12 power pretty easily. He does cost a little bit more, but when it's 4 for 12, not too bad, right? Enchantress, she's getting 3 stars. She's another one of those cards similar to Cosmo that I was talking about earlier. That, you know, like these counter cards are always going to see play in Snap, right? So they're just going to stand the test of time. So you're going to see a lot of Enchantress through your time of playing Snap. She's here to stay. She gets 3 stars. Let's move on to collection level 222 to 474, your Pool 2 cards. And it's got one of my favorites in it. That's Shang-Chi. I might be biased in giving him 5 stars, but man, does he not win you games? I find so often it's exactly what I need. And if I don't have him, then I'm like, if I only had Shang-Chi. Let's say my opponent's been stacking up their APOC like crazy. Well, I might be able to predict where they're going to play him, and bam, Shang-Chi them. The only downside is that if on turn 6 or turn 5, the turn you really want to play him, you're revealing first, you're kind of screwed because you're not going to get his benefit. You can't really play him. It's awkward. Your opponent might play that big thing, and you can't really deal with it. So maybe he should be a 4-star card, but I absolutely love this card, so I'm giving it 5 stars. That's the bias, the personal experience bumping it up. Okay, and then we have Warpath, Sandman, and Jubilee. I think these are all trash. I personally don't like running any of these cards, maybe Warpath, but Jubilee's too random, and Sandman's too slow for me. So they all get 2 stars. Alright, moving on to Pool 3, which is collection level 474 and on. We have Thor. Thor's like one of the main Marvel characters in all of Marvel. He's got like a bazillion movies. Chris Hemsworth. Like, come on. Why is he a 1-star card? Come on, Team Secondary. I want to see him buffed. You're so reliant on drawing Mjolnir. And I know there's Jane Foster, and it's a 4-drop, then a 5-drop, a lot of power. You get Mjolnir, you play it on 6. That's a dream scenario, but it just doesn't always happen. It's not that reliable. Not to mention your opponent could probably destroy Mjolnir with other cards that they're running, or steal him, or something like that. Or maybe you draw Thor too late. If you draw him on 5, then you have very little chance of drawing Mjolnir by 6, and then you're just toast. So yeah, I just find he gets a 1-star card, which is too bad because he's really cool hero. So we'll see if he gets buffs in the future. Rockslide gets 4 stars. I know. You're looking at this and you're thinking, what? Drew, what? Rockslide? Really? Yeah, he gets 4 stars. Because when he's adding those rocks to your opponent's deck, they probably only have 2-3 cards left in their deck. So then, now they have 2 rocks, they have like almost a 50% chance of drawing a rock in the crucial turns that they're probably really depending on drawing a card that's going to save them or swing the game. So it's really good disruption. So I think he's a 4-star card. Isn't that crazy? And then Spider-Man is only a 2-star card. Another popular hero in the Marvel Universe getting dumpstered. Now, honestly, I wanted to give Spider-Man higher because I know he can be good. I know he has potential. Like, I've seen it, I've played him, and he's great sometimes. But sometimes he's just real bad. Because maybe your opponent didn't even care to play there, right? Like, you web that location and they're like, okay, fine. I'm really glad you spent 4 mana to have a 2-drop, a 2-power card. Because I didn't plan on playing there, I'm going to allocate my assets elsewhere and probably win the game. So I don't know. He's a bit tricky. And then you might be thinking, well, you can use him and then Professor X. Yeah, that's a great combo. But that's a lot of mana that you're spending to win 1 location. All right, moving on to Crystal. She's the worst card of the game. Moving on from Crystal, we got Drax. He's really bad as well. Guardians package, kind of weak. Moving on from Drax, Ghost Rider. Let's go to Ghost Rider. He's unreal. Possibly one of the best cards in the game, and he just got nerfed. So he's going to bring back one of your discarded cards to this location, which is often going to be your Infinite or just something massive, Death or whatever. Okay, just crazy. It's just it's energy cheat. It's just too much. So I'd like to see him get nerfed again. I don't think he should be 3 power. He should maybe be 5 cost. I'm not sure, but he needs a nerf. He has 5 stars. Other ones to note are Wong, Dracula, Mr. Negative, Hellcow. So Wong, Dracula do their own respective thing in their respective decks, being on reveal and discard, and they're really great tools to add in. Mr. Negative makes his own deck, the Negative deck. It's unreal. It's actually one of the better decks in the game. So he gets 5 stars because he's literally carrying that deck. And then Hellcow has just joined the 4-cost club. And he's bad now. Well, it's hard to say. I don't know. Maybe he's not bad. He's still a 4/6, so you're looking at like that Thor, Rockslide stat line. And he's going to discard 2 cards from your hand, which is probably going to synergize well with the deck that you're running. So I shouldn't say he's bad. He's just not as good as he was, obviously. He costs more. But he'll probably still see play in discard decks that really want to rely on discarding a lot of cards. I'm talking that Hela, Invisible Girl kind of situation. Still good with that combo. All right, and let's look at the stats now. So your top 5 are Mr. Negative, Rockslide, Ghost Rider, Dracula, and Wong. Not really any surprises maybe outside Rockslide, but I think when you start to think about it, it's actually a pretty good card. And that's 164 games, 60% win rate. Like, that's a decent sample size. And then on the bottom 5, we got Crystal, Crossbones, Namor, Spider-Man, and Typhoid Mary. No surprises there. I mean, maybe you might be surprised to see Spider-Man there, but he can really whiff sometimes, and he's not enough power. He needs a buff, in my opinion. Crystal is just the worst card in the game. We don't even need to talk about her. And that's it for the 4 drops. Let me know what you think. If you agree or disagree with any of these. These have taken me a long time to put together. They were a lot of work. So I'd really appreciate if you like the video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.